Yo, what's up, chefs? It's Vinny. Getting straight to the point, if you're not using a loot filter and an auto price checker, then trust me when I say you should be. So I'm gonna make a quick and easy to follow guide on how to get them both installed and active in game so you can hop back in and start farming some more currency. First things first, you're gonna open up your preferred browser. I'm using Google Chrome. I'm gonna search up NeverSync Loot Filter POE 2, go to this Reddit thread, open up the GitHub link. I'm going to include the links. It's only 2 links that you'll need in the description. That'll bring you straight to the download area, so you don't need to do the searching that I just did. The link will bring you right here. Click on source code zip. You're going to save that into your downloads folder. I'm going to go ahead and open it up here in my downloads. I'm going to right click, show more options, 7-zip, extract here. Now I've got the extracted folder, so I'm going to open that up. The only thing you need is this NeverSync's light filter dot filter. The dot filter is the important part. You're going to copy that. Then you're going to go to your documents folder, go to my games, find your Path of Exile 2 folder. So not your install location, but in your documents, find your Path of Exile 2 folder there. And then you're just going to paste the filter right here. Bada bing, your filter is good to go. So now you should be able to see if I open up my options, go to game, I've got nothing, and it automatically refreshed, and it went from none and then automatically now I've got the filter. You can save and you can see item filter loaded successfully. Next, we're going to get the auto price checker. Once again, I'm going to go to Google, I'm going to search up Sidekick. The link will be included in the description to get right here. Come to this website, you're going to hit the installer. Same as before, you're going to download that into your downloads folder. Then we're going to open up our file explorer once again, go to our downloads, just going to double click on Sidekick, say it'll take a couple moments, it's very quick. It's going to say that you're probably going to get a security warning. Don't worry, I've tested it, other people have tested it, it's not going to be any issues, you're not going to get malware or anything. Hit install, wait for it to install, should take like a minute or two. Boom, there it is, done installing. Now it's probably going to open up automatically. If it doesn't, which it looks like it actually didn't, you can just open up your search function. I'm going to type in side for Sidekick. Oh, it is opening up automatically, but you'll probably want to do this anyways. You can pin it to taskbar because you'll probably want to be using this a lot. So it automatically opened, it initialized really quick, nothing to worry about there. Now I'm going to open it up over here really quick. I'm going to go to settings. And it may have you do this at the beginning, like it'll do a setup portion. If it does, you can follow my setup right here. But if it doesn't, you can open up your settings just to make sure everything looks good. Obviously English, POE 2 standard, everything else. If you want to change the key bindings, you can. Item trade settings, currency of listed items. Make sure you come in here and double check that this is exalted orb. And honestly, that's everything. Everything else is good to go. It's just, good out of the box, plug and play. Super quick and simple guide on how to actually use this. Let's say you found, a unique item. You want to know how much it's worth. Hover over it, Control D. It's going to show you here. It's going to list a ton of these listings. You can see, evidently, this pair of gloves worth 1 exalted. Now, uniques are pretty simple because usually there's not a lot of variance on uniques compared to rares. So let's say you found a rare item. You want to price check the rare item. So I've got this ring. I'm going to hit Control D. This is kind of a low level ring, so I'll show you some tips here with this. But if you're price checking a rare item, you'll ideally want to checkbox the stats that you believe are useful or are worth money. So for me, in my mind, it's physical damage to attacks, fire resistance, lightning resistance. This is obviously a very low level item, so it's going to be a bit odd. And then here we go. So I've got these 2 set to minimum. I've got this min to max. You can see 1 exalted orb, 3 exalted orbs, so on and so forth. The last little tip I'll say with this auto price checker is that if you have a low level item and you're trying to find what the value of that item is, you'll probably want to make use of the min to max feature or the maximum feature. That's going to make sure that when you do search, you're not going to have a ton of results all the way from your item up to the highest level items in the game. And on the flip side, if you've got a really high level item, you'd probably want to use the minimum feature, or once again, the min to max. The min max is really good if you're trying to figure out an item that's really closely related to what you have. So I use the min max a lot, but if you've got a low level item, you're probably going to want to use the max feature. If you've got a high level item, you'll want to use the minimum. And that way you don't have the large amount of search results going in either direction. Because if you've got a high level item, you don't want to see everything from the bottom of the barrel all the way up to the top. Vice versa, you got a low level item, you don't want to see everything that's low all the way up to the top. You want to see either the low or the top, or you can just use min max and figure out the stuff that's right around what you've got. And last but not least, take it easy, chefs.
Watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.